Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about my July TBR. This should be a relatively quick video, which I always say and I always try, but it's very nice out today and it seems like either I don't have the time to record or it's such a nice day that everybody is out mowing their lawn and doing things, so I have no choice but to just go for it. If you hear trucks and lawnmowers and everything in the background, that's just gonna have to be it. We're gonna have to roll with it. But I tried to keep my TBR relatively concise for July, which is what I've been doing for the past couple of months, and I feel like it's been working out really well. I have been trying to pick the books that I am most looking forward to reading, sprinkling in a combination of the books on my TBR that I have had for a long time and some new purchases and reads that I'm excited about. And that is what I have in store for July. The last couple of reading months that I have had have been amazing, which after a mostly disappointing with a combination of rereads year last year, it's been so good. It's so motivating when you're enjoying what you're reading because it gives you the desire to keep going on and on. So I'm hoping that July can be much like June and May and that I can find some new favorite novels that I can have a really great time with everything that I'm reading. I do have two things that I'm carrying over from June. So the first was a prediction that I made that I was correct about, and that is my audiobook, Orientalism, by Edward Said. I thought that this one was going to take me longer than the month of June to listen to because it's long-ish. Like it's not, I don't think it was super long. I'm trying to remember the original length. It was like 18 or 20 hours or something. So long-ish, but also just very dense. Very, I'm not going to say dry because it is interesting, but very dense, a lot of elevated academic language. And so I often find myself pausing to look something up that's within the context of the novel, sometimes even look a word up, which doesn't happen a whole lot anymore, but there have been some in this book that I've had to look up. And then also just taking the time to stop and think. So it's certainly not an audiobook that I can keep on for like 4 hours as I clean the house and do a puzzle and do all that kind of stuff. So we have Orientalism that is transitioning over to July, but I think I have about 6 hours of it left. So it certainly will be finished in July, and I think I will have time to start another audiobook this month as well. And then the other book that I'm carrying over is Men at Arms, and it's just because that's the last book that I started to read in June. I'm having a great time with it. I'm sure I'm going to love it, but I think I'm about halfway through. So I'm at page 200 of 400, at least in my copy. So those are the two books that I am carrying over, and I have my little notebook here in front of me. I have 6 books that I have picked out to read in the month of July. So the very first one is one that is going to be a buddy read with some friends on Discord. Again, I don't plug this in every video, but I am going to put the link for the Discord in the description of this video if anybody wants to join in. My Discord is very small. It is a group of friends. Everybody knows each other well and is super friendly. So if you want to hang out in a more intimate, kind of lower stakes setting to discuss books, then definitely jump in. And the book that a bunch of us are reading together in July is This Kingdom Will Not Kill Me. I have heard, by Alona Andrews. So I have heard so many good things about this book. I bought it when I was at the last swim meet of the year with my son last month, and it was hard to hold off, but I had purchased 2 books at that time, The Poet Empress and this book, and so I read The Poet Empress with friends in June and saved this one for July, and I'm super excited. So if you have read this, if you want to read this, please come in Discord and have a chat about it with us. I am very much looking forward to it. I don't know a ton about the premise. I just saw that everybody was loving it, and so I thought, I'm going to pick that up. I think it's about a girl who knows a lot about a fantasy world. I don't know if it's from a video game or from a fantasy series, but she's obsessed with this world, the world building. She knows all the details about it. And I think she gets reborn or transported into this world and she has to survive, but she has an advantage because she knows kind of the plot of the story, what's going to happen, all of the tricks for staying alive. And like I said, I've heard almost all good things about it. So I am very hopeful that I will love this. I'm looking forward to reading it with some friends. So that is going to be book 1 of the month because I'm actually starting it today, which I'm recording this on July 1st, which is Canada Day. So I am going to be starting that later today. The second book that I'm going to read in July is Green City Wars by Adrian Tchaikovsky, which I think is a detective/noir novel that exclusively features animals. So I think it's a raccoon private investigator. and I'm really looking forward to this. I was looking through Adrian Tchaikovsky's bibliography because I thought it's been a while since I read a book by him, and I would really like to read more. I have enjoyed all of the books that I've read by him. I really like books that are about animals. Adrian Tchaikovsky is, I believe, a zoologist on top of being, or a novelist, or was a zoologist before becoming a novelist, and he incorporates animals, often insects, in his books with a lot of imagination, and I have always really enjoyed that. So looking forward to Green City Wars. This was the one that I decided to read because it's the newest one. It just caught my eye. It seemed like it was a lot of fun, and I figured because it's new, a lot of people will be reading it right now, so I'll be able to talk about that one with some friends as well. After that, the book that I picked out for my audiobook when I finish Orientalism is Carl's Doomsday Scenario. So book 2 of the Dungeon Crawler Carl series. I'm going to try to vlog this one as well. It might be hard to vlog if I'm doing it by video by audio because I listen to my audiobooks on my phone, and I also record on my phone, and so I don't know how often I'm going to be like bopping around with my headphones and then want to take it off and film myself, but I'm going to try because I did have fun vlogging, and I think that this is going to be a fun series to vlog in general because I think there's going to be a lot of big moments, a lot of big reveals. It's just a, you know, kind of a high octane series in general, so I would like to continue to do that, but everybody has convinced me to listen to the audiobook. Everybody says that it is the superior way to take in this story. So I have succumbed to peer pressure, and I will make this my second audiobook, and I will see what it's like to try to balance recording against listening and, you know, all of those different things. But I am looking forward to that. I don't want to leave too much of a gap in the Dungeon Crawler Carl books because I think it would be nice to kind of keep up with it. It just feels like there's going to be a lot of characters, a lot of details about the different levels of the dungeon, what is coming, what's going to be happening on the next level, what things are set in motion. So I don't want to forget a lot of those details, and so I'm going to try to keep up with the books. We'll see how that goes. The fourth book on the TBR is Golden Fool by Robin Hobb, and this is cheating a tiny bit because I have read the first 2 chapters of this. I'm not counting it as a June book because I just started it a couple of days ago, and it's only been at night, so it's been very slowly. I'm trying to take it slowly. I wanted to give myself some time to recover after Fool's Errand, but I couldn't wait. You know, I waited 4 years to read Ship of Destiny, and now I'm going to finish the rest of it this year. Probably not, but I am going through these ones at a much quicker pace. Golden Fool, second book in the Tawny Man trilogy. I, once again, didn't even read the blurb about the book. I imagine that it's going to follow through on a lot of the threads that had started in Fool's Errand, and I am very much looking forward to that. I am definitely going to vlog that one. I have been much more diligent this time around about taking notes on my Kindle. So I have marked passages that I like, little hints that are in the chapters, things that I've noticed and wanted to discuss. So my plan is after every few chapters to go back and peruse through those notes and vlog that experience. So hopefully I will be able to do that as well. Book number 5. So books 5 and 6 are the books that I took from my physical TBR, the ones that I want to get to this year. So book 5 is a carryover from my June TBR. So the only thing that I didn't get to read on my June TBR was Hunger of the Gods. So I still want to finish the Bloodsworn Saga this year so that I can get to John Gwynn's new series when it comes out at the end of 2026. And so I just slid Hunger of the Gods onto my July TBR. So hopefully I will be able to reread that book in July, and then I'll be able to continue on with books 2 and 3. Is Hunger? No, maybe it's Shadow of the Gods. Actually, I can see it from here. Shadow of the Gods is book 1. So I'm going to shift Shadow of the Gods to my July TBR, and then we'll be able to read Hunger and Fury of the Gods, hopefully in August. I'm hoping I'll be able to do those back to back in August. So keeping my fingers crossed for that. Like I said, I'm a huge John Gwynn fan. It was just kind of life circumstances that led to me not reading Bloodsworn Saga as it came out. And so I'm very much looking forward to rereading book 1 and continuing on with those. And then the last book of July that I want to read is Emily Wilde's Map of the Otherlands. So I read the first Emily Wilde book, I'm going to say 2 years ago. I think it was 2 years ago. I'm not 100% sure without looking back through my reading journal, but I think it was 2 years ago, and I enjoyed it. I don't think I loved it. I think I gave it a 4 stars. I did really enjoy the experience, but I was recently talking with one of my good friends. We played in a badminton tournament together. So we were driving back from the badminton tournament. We were talking about books, and she had said that she recently binged through all of the Emily Wilde books and she loved them. And I thought, I bought book 2 because the books are gorgeous and I wanted to have them on my shelf, and I never read it. So I am going to hopefully read book 2 in July. I did read a summary of the first book to kind of remind myself. I did remember some of the things that had happened, like the major reveals that happened, but I just wanted to get refreshed on some of the details. So I did reread a little bit about book 1, and I'm excited to jump into book 2. And I'm thinking, at least from the few things that I saw on Goodreads, that maybe people enjoy book 2 even more than book 1. I'm not sure, but if you have read the Emily Wilde books, let me know how you felt. Do you think the series gets better as you go? Did you enjoy book 2 as much, more, less than book 1? I am curious about that. But regardless of how people feel, I'm still going to go on to read that one in July. But that's it. Like I said, it is a long month. It is summer, so presumably I should have a lot of reading time, but you never know how these things are going to go. Plans happen. If the weather is nice, often we're out, we're doing things. We just got a really fun new lawn game that we've been playing almost every day. And we started off, so when we team up, we put the boys on one side, which is my husband, my son, my dad. My parents live with us, and the girls on the other side, which is me, my mom, and my daughter. And at first the girls were terrible, so we completely lost all the games, and we've been slowly getting better and better and better. In the last game we won without the boys getting a single point at all. So I think all of the girls are out for vengeance, and so everybody wants to play this as soon as they wake up in the morning. But we'll see how that goes. There's going to be lots of fun summer things happening, but hopefully there will be time for lots of reading amongst all of that. I would love to know what everybody else is reading in July. Please let me know what is on your TBR. If you are reading any of these books and you are not in the Discord, as I said, I'm going to put the link in this video, so please feel free to hop in and read any of these books. There are a couple of other buddy reads that are happening in the Discord. I know for sure that people are reading there's a bunch of people reading another Adrian Tchaikovsky book together. Is it City of Lost Souls? I think it's book 1 in the Tyrant Philosopher series. I think everybody is getting together to read that one, which was another option for an Adrian Tchaikovsky book for me, but I just decided that I'd rather read a standalone instead of start another series right now. But yeah, people are always reading things. Like I said, it's a pretty close-knit group, so there's lots of little buddy reads that are going on all the time. So if you feel like jumping in, then please do so. And like I said, feel free to let me know what you are reading in July, and I will see you with another video soon. Bye!